বাহু যুগল কনক পুতলি দেহা অরুণয়ম্বর শোভিত কলেবর উপমা দেব কাহা জানু লম্বিত বাহু যুগল কনক পুতলি দেহা অরুণয়ম্বর শোভিত কলেবর উপমা দেব কাহা।
Hare Krishna.
Let somebody carry the other meeting. So we are about to start our Parikrama. So first we'll go to the temple room and offer our obeisances to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Shri Prahlad Nrsimhadev and Shri Shri Radha Madhav and Sriman Mahaprabhu and Shakhi Vrinda for their blessings, so that we can successfully complete our Parikrama. The success in Parikrama actually means developing Krishna Prem, love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This Parikrama is not just a kind of sightseeing tour. It's actually meant for, or the purpose of this Parikrama is to become absorbed in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his pastimes with his associates in the holy dham. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Now we'll offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada and pray for the success of our Parikrama, so that we can all develop Gaur of Prem. Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. So we arrived at Jogo Peak. So this is the place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as the son of Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra. The actual spot where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared is just around the corner under the neem tree. We'll go there in a short while. But this is the place of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Pushpa Samadhi. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur left his body, and then his body Samadhi was actually made in the other side of the river, where we'll go tomorrow in a place called Bodrum. But this is the place where his Pushpa Samadhi is. Just like Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi we have in Mayapur. So this is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Pushpa Samadhi. So we can offer our obeisances to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Bhaktidananda Namine Puratakti Charu Rupaya Rupanugavaraya.
Please reveal to me your most cherished pastimes with your beloved Sri Krishna. So here the word Hare is for Radharan. O Rama, please reveal to me your most cherished pastimes with your beloved Sri Radha. O Rama, please engage me in remembering your transcendental name, form, qualities, and pastimes. O Rama, please make me fit to serve you while remembering your transcendental name, form, qualities, pastimes. O Hari, having accepted me as one of your own servitors, please enjoy me as you please. O Hari, please enjoy with me in your transcendental way. This is my humble request at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bhakti Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Bhakti Our Srila Prabhupada had written to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur asking if he could do some service. The way Prabhupada put it, he said, I'm a householder, so your other sannyasi disciples, they're doing such nice service to you. I'm a grihasta, so maybe you can tell me some service that I can do for you. Of course, Srila Prabhupada once explained that this was the only question he asked his Guru Maharaj. What can I do? What service can I do for you? So he asked Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur this question, and in a letter which Srila Prabhupada received a fortnight before Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's passing away, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta told Srila Prabhupada to preach the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the English language, the English-speaking world. Now, of course, this was the same instruction that Srila Prabhupada had received from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur on their first meeting. When Srila Prabhupada first met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati in Calcutta, Prabhupada was very impressed. We read in the Lilamrita how Srila Prabhupada had become quite skeptical because there are so many persons wearing saffron cloth. Srila Prabhupada's father, Gurumaharaj, he was very charitable and very dharmic. He always followed dharma very carefully. So he would always have, every day, it said he would have 4 or 5 guests at his home. So often these guests were sannyasis. And Gurumaharaj took it as his duty to feed the sannyasis. This was his dharma as a grihasta. So he did that very faithfully. But in doing that, of course, he would invite anyone and he would show them all great respect. But Srila Prabhupada, he was not so impressed by these sannyasis who would come. Even Prabhupada noted there was a neighbor of his who would, he was just a grihasta, but during the day he would put on saffron and go out and beg, make his living, and then come home at night to his family. So there were many cheaters. Prabhupada wasn't very impressed. So when his friend wanted him to go see Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada says he was very reluctant to go. Actually, he had to drag him there, practically.
Thank you very much. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was a very, very cultured person. And, for example, when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur went to Vrindavan, you know how he went? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur went to Vrindavan for the first time. He himself was dressed as a sannyasi with his sannyas danda in hand. But he had 2 disciples with him, those who were dressed up in 3-piece suit, just like an Englishman. And not only that, he went there riding in a jaguar. And those days in India, the number of automobiles there were, you could count in one hand. So the Babajis in Radhakund became very upset. They said, who is this person who came here dressed as a sannyasi and came with some Englishmen as his disciples, and he came riding in a car, big car. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he was informed, his response was, I have come here to smash you all. Because all the nonsense that was going on in the name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to smash that. And that's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's pranam mantra goes like, what is the last verse of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's pranam mantra? Viruddhapa, Rupanuga Viruddhapa, Siddhanta Dhanta. So he came to smash the Siddhantas that are opposed or the not Siddhantas, but the concoctions that were opposed to Rupa Goswami's conclusion, Rupa Goswami's Siddhanta. Therefore, another name of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was Singha Guru. Because he was like a lion. And although he was like a lion, but his heart was soft as rose petals. Just to give you an example how fiery he was, I remember one incident. Once Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, you see, during Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's time also they had a kind of a GBC system. Not exactly GBC. At that time it was not exactly as GBC, but different sannyasis had the areas to preach and collect. So once one sannyasi went to preach in one area, and then he thought, I have come this far, so then let me go also to the next village, which was somebody else's zone. So he went and preached and collected from there. So when he came back, then when he met the person who was in charge of the other village, he actually infiltrated in somebody else's zone. So when the other GBC got to know about it and met him, got very, very angry. And they both of them were fighting here. And so there was some very heavy verbal exchanges. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur heard that some devotees were fighting. So he just walked, and all of a sudden they saw that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was standing at the doorway. He was very tall, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was about 6'4", very tall personality. And his arms were stretched up to extended up to his knees, Ajanulambika. So when they saw Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they immediately stopped and they offered obeisances. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur just told them that actually it's not your fault that you're fighting like this. It's actually my fault. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made the kings and monarchs give up their kingdom and become mendicants on the street. But I have picked you up from the gutters and made you live in big, big palace houses. So naturally you'll fight. So in this way, later on, he felt very, very disappointed when he saw that the devotees were fighting among themselves. And that's why Prabhupada also was so emphatic about our cooperation. Because in Krishna consciousness, our cooperation is the most important element for effective preaching. More cooperate, more united we become, the more effective will become our preaching. That is the meaning of Sankirtan, congregational, collective. The more we become collective, the more we become united, the more effectively we will be able to preach. And we can see that in ISKCON, when devotees fight, then things just fall apart. But when devotees work cooperatively, then everything starts to flourish. And this spirit of unity must develop with Srila Prabhupada in the center. And that's why it's very important that we maintain a very strong loyalty and attachment to Srila Prabhupada. If we can do that, then Krishna consciousness will spread, Prabhupada's glory will spread, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glory will be spread. And one day, under the banner of ISKCON, all the religions of the world will become united. So, we are at a place where Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur started his preaching mission, and ISKCON is actually the mainstream of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's movement. I personally feel that although it's very unfortunate that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Gauriya Math fell apart, but from the ruins of his Gauriya Math, Srila Prabhupada has revived Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's mission in the form of ISKCON. And those who are serving Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his ISKCON must be very, very conscious about this fact that Srila Prabhupada has established this most powerful means to counteract the influence of Kali and re-establish Krishna consciousness all over the world.
Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamritambo Nibhi Dhira Dhira Jana Priyo Priyo Karo Nirmatsaro Pujito Shri Chaitanya Kripa Bharo Bhuvi Bhubo Bhara Bahantarako Pande Rupa Sanatano Raghujugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghujugo Shri Jiva Gopalako.
When Srila Gaurkishordas Babaji Maharaj left his body, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur got the need to drag Srila Gaurkishordas Babaji Maharaj's divine body by tying his feet with a rope. And they wanted to drag this body through the roads of Nabadwip. And actually, before leaving this planet, Gaurkishordas Babaji Maharaj lamented that I could not develop Krishna prema, so my life has been wasted. So when I leave my body, please drag my body through the roads of Navadvip, so that by getting the dust of Navadvip, I may become purified. So they did not consider that this was just a humble statement of a pure devotee. They literally took it and they wanted to drag his body through the road of Navadvip. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur became he felt very hurt when he heard that. He said, how can you do that? Like, he's such an exalted devotee and you want to drag his divine body. This body, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would take the body on his lap and dance, just as he did in the case of Harihara Kshetra, and you are planning to drag his body through the roads of Nabadwip. But the Babajis kept on arguing, He said, no, that was his desire, so his desire must be fulfilled, so that's why he must do that. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he reasoned with them, but they wouldn't listen. So finally, he just told him. He said, okay, if anyone has the right over his body, that is me, because I am his disciple. But still, since you are insisting that you understand the desire of a pure devotee better than me, then okay, I agree with you. But I want to make sure that when you make this judgment, that you all are pure enough. So anyone who did not indulge in illicit sex for last 1 year, let him come forward and take his body. No one came forward. Then he said, anyone who didn't have illicit sex in last 6 months, let him come forward. No one came forward. 3 months, 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, no one came forward. They all walked away from there. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur then put the body of his divine spiritual master in the samadhi. In this way we can see what a hard struggle it was for Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to establish Krishna consciousness at that time. Because all kinds of unscrupulous people are pretending that they were the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had to establish the pure conclusions of Srila Rupa Goswami once again on this planet. So we feel very sheltered, very much protected, that we have our grand spiritual master Padam Gurudev as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and the spiritual master and the founder Acharya like His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Prabhupada. And if we just follow Srila Prabhupada's footsteps, if we follow Srila Prabhupada's teachings, not only will we make spiritual advancement, but this Krishna consciousness movement will undoubtedly be established in every town and village all over the world. And the personalities like Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they all are watching our activities on the spiritual side. And when they see that we are so sincerely trying to establish their desire, then they will provide us with all help. All the help will come from the spiritual side to establish Krishna consciousness. This is the boardroom that we are visiting today. And this temple is Nishingadev's temple. The Nishinga deities are here. When the temple room opens, you will see the deity of Nishingadev. And this deity is not a carved deity of stone. This is actually a self-manifest deity. And this particular spot is where Nishingadev came and stopped after killing Hiranyakashipu. When did that happen?
When did Nrsimhadev kill Hiranyakashipu? In Satya Yuga. So it must have been about 3 to 4 million years ago. So Lord Nrsimhadev, when he was going back to his abode in Vaikuntha, he stopped here. And those days, Ganga used to flow from here. Now Ganga changed her course, therefore we don't see the Ganga here anymore. So Nrsimhadev stopped and he drank from Ganga, and specially he stopped because this is the place of Lord Chaitanya. So even Nrsimhadev is eager to come to. So even Nrsimhadev is eager to come to the Dham of Chaitanya. Ganesh is holding the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimhadev on his head. And that is why Ganesh is able to give success by removing the impediment. So now we can see so in this way we can see that Ganesh is a great devotee of Nrsimhadev. And we also see some resemblance, like we know one kind of advantage that devotee receives is by getting a similar kind of a form as the Lord. So here we can see Ganesh has a body. Ganesh has a body of a man and the head of an elephant. And now you see what is the form of Nrsimhadev man? He has a body of a man but the head of a lion.
We sing when we greet Lord Nrsimhadev in the morning, Ugambira Mahavishnu, Valantam Sarvadam, Vishayam Vishanam Bhadram, Yutu Vishanamanyaham. That prayer is from Nrsimha Purana. It's very wonderful. The Nrsimha is obviously very important in our movement. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made a tour in South India where there's many Nrsimha temples. He visited so many. Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I don't know how exactly, but so many. And he would be in ecstasy and he would fall down and sing Parikrama, come around and Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Jaya Jaya Nrsimha, Praladupadesha Jaya, Mukha Padma Brinam, and dance in ecstasy for hours. So he showed us that it's very important. And I was just in Vrindavan, we went to Nandagam, right? So there's one Nrsimha deity there that was worshipped by Yasoda, Mata, and Nanda Maharaj in order to protect Krishna.
Because one bus is going to Krishna for garage.
So many people can come on one boat.
তার গর্জনাদি অহরাত্র সাধগুণাম হা কৃষ্ণ রাধিকানাথ প্রার্থনাদি ভাবনম ধূপ দীপ কস্তুরী চ চন্দনাদি লেপনম সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নারবিন্দ ভাবনম সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নারবিন্দ ভাবনম সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নারবিন্দ ভাবনম গঙ্গাবারি মনোহারি তুলসাদি মঞ্জরি কৃষ্ণ জ্ঞান সদা ধ্যান প্রেমবারি ঝরঝরি কৃপাব্ধি করুণানাথ ভবিষ্যতি প্রার্থনা সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নারবিন্দ ভাবনম সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নারবিন্দ ভাবনম সীতানাথ দ্বৈত চর নারবিন্দ ভাবনম
So, this is the Harihara Kshetra, the place where Lord Shiva and Hari, Vishnu, became one. This deity is a very strange deity actually. You have never seen any other deity like this anywhere. Did anyone see? Half of the deity is Vishnu, half of the deity is Shiva. What is Shiva's complexion like?
White.
Yes. Brihad Bhagavatamrita describes Lord Shiva's complexion is like white as camphor. Camphor white. And Hari, Vishnu's complexion is bluish. Therefore half the deity is bluish and half the deity is whitish. And Maharaj very nicely explained how Hari and Hara is simultaneously one and different. Again, Achinta Bheda Bhed Tattva. But the understanding is that Shiva is subservient to Vishnu and Krishna. Shiva never considers himself to be equal to Vishnu or Krishna. So, Lord Shiva is here, and it is said that when someone dies here, then Lord Shiva personally comes and gives him, chants the gold name, the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his ears at the time of death. And what happens when one hears and remembers Krishna at the time of death? It goes back to Godhead. So you can well imagine the benefit one gets just by dying here. What to speak of living here and rendering service in the holy town.
Mahaprabhu is on the right and Gadadhar Pandit Prabhu is on the left.
চিরয়াঙ্গিনায় নাচে বিশ্বম্ভর রায়, হাসি হাসি ফিরি ফিরি মায়েরে লুকায়। চিরয়াঙ্গিনায় নাচে বিশ্বম্ভর রায়, হাসি হাসি ফিরি ফিরি মায়েরে লুকায়। বয়নে বসন দিয়া বলে লুকাইন, সচি বলে বিশ্বম্ভর আমি না দেখিন। বয়ানে বসন দিয়া বলে লুকাইন, সচি বলে বিশ্বম্ভর আমি না দেখিন। চিরয়াঙ্গিনায় নাচে বিশ্বম্ভর রায়, হাসি হাসি ফিরি ফিরি মায়েরে লুকায়। চঞ্চল ধরি চঞ্চল চরণে, নাচিয়া নাচিয়া যায় খঞ্জন গমনে। মায়ের অঞ্চল ধরি চঞ্চল চরণে, নাচিয়া নাচিয়া যায় খঞ্জন গমনে। বাসুদেব ঘোষ কয়ে অপরূপ শোভা, শিশুরূপ দেখি হয় জগমন লোভা। বাসুদেব ঘোষ কয়ে অপরূপ শোভা, শিশুরূপ দেখি হয় জগমন লোভা। চিরয়াঙ্গিনায় নাচে বিশ্বম্ভর রায়, হাসি হাসি ফিরি ফিরি মায়েরে লুকায়। চিরয়াঙ্গিনায় নাচে বিশ্বম্ভর রায়, হাসি হাসি ফিরি ফিরি মায়েরে লুকায়। চিরয়াঙ্গিনায় নাচে বিশ্বম্ভর রায়, হাসি হাসি ফিরি ফিরি মায়েরে লুকায়। প্রেমে দেখো চৈতন্য নিতাই, জয় নিমাই জয় নিতাই। শ্রী কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ, শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শ্রীবাসাদি গৌর ভক্তবৃন্দ। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। জয় মহাপ্রসাদ। Krishna